Jungle Bob here. Alright, this is going to be part 3 in the series on the Kawasaki fj180v, model number AS10. Okay, so we've got everything. I'll show you the top side in a minute, but we decided to, I wanted to go ahead and take the blade and everything off the bottom side to do some inspection. So when I took the blade bolt out, I noticed some oil around the blade bolt. So now I'm curious about the bottom oil seal. So we're going to take a look at that right now. So I've already got the cover off the bottom, which is this right here. It goes on like that. Then you have blade adapter, and then of course the blade and the blade stiffener. Now these things usually get stuck on the shaft, and they're really hard to get off. You have to heat and quench or some way to get them off. But another reason I think this one's kind of easy to get off is because it's leaking oil. But anyway, I used a puller and my impact to vibrate it off, and it came off, you know, fairly easy. I had to use a little persuasion, but it came off. All right, so you see all this junk and crud that's built up under there? Yeah, this is a maintenance item, guys. So also it's good to do it so it prevents these blade adapters and pulleys from getting stuck on the crankcase shaft. So we're going to take our key out. I've already got it loose. Then we're going to knock all this junk out so we can see what we're doing. Needed to inspect the transmission belt anyway, but this is routine maintenance that should be done on these things, guys. So, yeah. Dirt dauber's nest in there. Yeah, just filthy. Alright. Looks like oh, that's some kind of nut. Anyway, go ahead and take this belt off. We should just be able to twist it on off, walk it off, so to speak. There we go. Alright. Now, getting this pulley off is going to be challenging. Probably it's rusted on there as well. It's got a key that holds it. So I'm going to try the same thing I did before. I should invest in an air hammer, I suppose. I gotta go back some more. Hope I got enough adjustment in this thing. I may have to get my other puller, smaller one. I believe we'll get there. Just hold on. Hold on. I put me a little, in the top of this bolt, I put me a little punch. You know, just a little hole in there to keep it from moving around too much. Get this on here nice and snug. Try to get it even on both sides if you can. Alright. So we're on there. What I like to do is I take my impact wrench And I got the pressure cut way down low, so it's just a small vibration. Oh, I got it on reverse too, so that's not good. All right, put it back on there. Probably would help. Well, let's see. Now we'll turn it up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna have to turn the air compressor on. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. All right, that's how I like to do it. Like I said, I turn the air, this thing's supposed to run about 90 psi, but I turn it down to about 40. And it's a good vibration. Kind of like a substitute for an air hammer if you don't have one. All right. Usually, man, I used to mangle these up really bad. I'd bend, because they bend and everything. It's just a little trick I do it. That way it makes life a little bit easier. And there we go. No damage to it. It's not bent. Perfect. All right. So let's get down here and look at this seal. Yeah, it's rolled a little bit. Anyway, so now we got all this off. I'm gonna flip you back up. We're gonna pull that crank out. That's what I really wanted to do so I could inspect that journal closer. Get all this out of the way. All right, pull you over here. All right, I'm getting old man. My knees are popping and cracking every time I bend over. Anyway, so now we can just pull this crank right out of here. And there we go. So, looking pretty close at it. I don't see any scarring or marring or anything on it. But while we're taking this apart and we're gonna rebuild it anyway, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and change both seals, the top and the bottom. So, something interesting that I found out. Let me raise this up some. When I called the customer. I did my evaluation on the parts yesterday afternoon, and let me see. Let me get you over here. So, what we're going to be replacing. Anyway, if y'all want to look in there, we can real quick. Anyway, All right, so what we're going to be replacing on this thing is we're going to do both the oil seals, new connecting rod and end cap, rings, valve cover, gasket, sump cover gasket, head gasket. We're going to go ahead and put a new brake lever on it because that pad's totally gone on it on the top side. Of course, we're going to have to clean the carburetor, oil filter, air filter, plug. But anyway, what I was going to tell you, I'm sourcing my parts from partstree.com. I don't know if you guys know that company, but you should if you're in this kind of business. So, if you look up the model number of this lawnmower, which is a Toro 22176, and pull up the parts diagram, okay, it pulls up, it shows the motor parts for it too, the engine parts, all right? Or you can look it up, the engine, under the Kawasaki fj180v AS10. My point is, I wanted to tell you guys, and I found this interesting, if I look it up under the Toro, the lawnmower brand name, here's the difference in the prices. The oil seals, okay, if you look it up under the Toro, this is on the same website now, they want $7.92 for each oil seal, versus if you do it on the, if you look it up, you know, on the Kawasaki under the engine model number, it's $5.89. Okay, here comes the big differences. Get ready for this. The rod and end cap combo kit on the Toro side is $152.48. $76.99 if you get it Kawasaki engine lookup way. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, the ring set's $55.66 on the Toro side, $20.44 on the Kawasaki side. The valve cover gasket on the Toro side is $10.29, on the Kawasaki $3.46. The sump cover gasket, now this is the only one that's cheaper, $6.76, and it's not by much. And on the Kawasaki side is $7. The head gasket now on the Toro side is $19.58, and on the head gasket side is $8. All right. So, and then we're going to add the brake. Okay, the brake on the Toro side is $24.73, $4.53 on the Kawasaki side. Okay, just to give you an idea of the difference in this. In the same website, mind you, same exact parts, just listed under different way. $277.42 on the Toro side, $123.42 on the Kawasaki side. So be careful, guys. You know, it's just something I just happened to catch, man, because I was looking it up two different ways, and I noticed it, and I was thinking, my goodness, that's quite a difference. And it's from the same supplier, the same website, just two different ways to look it up. Amazing. Okay, so I called the customer this morning and told him, you know, it's going to be, like I said, $123.42 for all the engine parts, but we're doing other things to it. You know, air filter, oil filter, plug. You know, I'm going to have to clean the carburetor, obviously. So he's looking at about $150 in parts, you know, plus labor. And but if I would have had to quote the Toro side parts, you know, because I'm going to put factory parts back in here, no aftermarkets, $277.42 plus labor. I mean, it'd be almost $300 in parts plus labor, you know. And this is about a $400 engine, but you know, I thought that was very interesting, the difference in the prices on the same website. One more thing while I got you here this morning. Had a customer come in with a push mower, and I had cleaned the carburetor on it last week, right? And went out here, it was running fine. Cleaned out the gas tank, everything. Comes back in, he says, cutting with it yesterday, he ran it about 10-15 minutes and it just died out. Wouldn't crank back up, right? So sure enough, when he got here, it wouldn't crank back up. So I'm thinking, maybe the carburetor stopped up again. But before I waste my time on that, I always check the gas, always. And I asked him, I said, you sure you ain't got bad gas? And he goes, no, just put fresh gas in there. I know it's good. I know it's good. So, all right, let me show you. I dumped that gas out. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, that's the first part that came out off the top side, you know, till I filled this up. All right, then when we got to the bottom of the tank, look at that. Look at all that water in there. So guys, like everybody always says on here, check the gas. Check the gas. You know, like Ken says, first thing he does is dump the old gas out. Well, I'm a believer in that now. So Everybody, hope you have a good day. So we're going to get these parts ordered, and part 4 in this series will come when the parts come back in and start the reassembly. But hope all is well. Please like and subscribe. Leave your comments. Have a great day. Jungle Bob out.